Hello friends, today we will continue with the lecture series with Network and Cybersecurity. The Network and Cybersecurity lecture 2 and prerequisite 2. We have already seen the prerequisites of 1 where we have discussed the syllabus, the course objectives and outcomes. In prerequisite 1, computer communication network was discussed, the basics in computer networking, and we also saw in detail the OSI model. In this lecture, the prerequisite 2, that is based on network security, will be discussed, wherein we will be looking into what is information security, cyber security, and social engineering attacks. We also deal with network security and also the terminologies used in encryption. We'll also look into what are the types of encryption. What is SSL? What is history? And the summary of SSL. Security terminologies. If you look at, we have in broad the information security that we are dealing with, under which we learn the term on cyber security, and under that we have the network security. So this is going to be the flow. In general, what is information security, then we understand cyber security, and then we come to what is network security. So they all are embedded with in each. So what is information security? Information security is also known as InfoSec. It ensures that both physical and digital data is protected from unauthorized access, use, disclosure, disruption, modification, inspection, recording, or destruction. So we know that whatever we do, whatever information we have, it needs to be protected. It should be used correctly between the same persons that it is meant for, and then they should not be disruptive or modified. We should not have somebody looking into our conversations or recordings and destroying them. So this is in general what is information security. But information security little differs from cyber security in that InfoSec aims to keep data in any form secure, need not be only in internet or these kind of conversations. Then what is cyber security? So cyber security is a subset of information security. It is the practice of defending your organization's networks, computers and data from unauthorized digital access, attack or damage by implementing various processes, technologies and practice. We'll also look into what is social engineering attacks. The most common social engineering attacks include phishing, pretexting, baiting, quid pro quo. So these are some of the things that we observe during the internet. Then let us look into what is the network security. Network security is a subset of cyber security. It aims to protect any data that is being sent through devices in your network to ensure that the information is not changed or intercepted. Common network security threats include viruses, worms, and Trojan. These are also known as denial of service types of attacks, which are usually utilized vehemently to destroy and consume a given network's resources. At times, poorly configured hosts and accompanying services act like threats to network security, since they do eat up available resources for no good reason. Let us look into the next, that is zero-day attack. A zero-day attack, it is also referred to as day zero, is an attack that exploits a potentially serious software security weakness that the vendor or the developer may be unaware of. Then comes the hacker attack. Like the scam artist, a hacker often uses similar techniques. A popular method that hackers use is pretending to be a survey company. A hacker can call and ask all kinds of questions about the network operating systems, intrusion detection systems, that is IDSS, firewalls, and more in the guise of a researcher. The denial of service attack, or DOS, occurs when legitimate users are unable to access information systems, devices, or other network resources due to the action of malicious cyber threat actor. Spyware and adware. These refers to programs that are installed on your machine for the expressive purpose of tracking your online movements. Spyware is typically installed without your knowledge. Let us look at how do we protect a network. So what are the typical network security components with which we need to protect the above said threats? The first one I would look at is the firewall. A firewall is a network security device that monitors incoming and outgoing network traffic and decides whether to allow or block specific traffic based on a defined set of security rules. We have been using this, we have been hearing these words and how it helps us to protect our network securities. Next is the antivirus software. Antivirus software helps protect your computer against malware and cyber criminals. It searches for known threats and monitors the behavior of all programs, flagging any suspicious behavior if it comes across. Next is the intrusion detection and prevention system, IDS or IPS. An intrusion or IPS is a network security threat prevention technology. We can prevent the threat that examines network traffic flows to detect and prevent any vulnerability exploits. We also have learnt or heard of virtual private networks, VPN. It is a secure corner of the internet you get to use for browsing or sending emails and doing what you typically do. It's a simple connection that makes sure your computer information and data is safe when you travel. Let us look into now the terminologies used in encryption. First is the plain text. This is the normal text read by a user and it is very clear and it is in the readable format. Next is the cybertext. This is a non-readable format and it's very difficult to understand the meaning of the text. Next is the word encryption. So it is nothing but the process of converting the plain text to cybertext from the sender side. Then we have decryption. Of course, whenever we are sending, we are going to encrypt it. The plain text gets encrypted and it becomes a cybertext and we are sending it from the sender side. Then in decryption, we are going to convert that cybertext, which is a non-readable format, to a plain text. This is the definition what we are seeing and this happens at the receiver side. Then what is cryptography? Cryptography means we have to study the encryption. What study of encryption means cryptography. Then what is cryptanalysis? The study of decryption. So this is cryptography is normally at the sender's end. Cryptanalysis is normally at the decryption or the receiving end. Cryptology means we have to a study of both cryptography and cryptanalysis combined. Then key. What is a key? A key is a group of bits used during encryption and decryption. Then what is stream cyber? Data encrypting bit by bit one after the other. That is stream. Stream, it comes in just one after the other, it comes in a line. Then what is block cipher? Data encrypting is done group of bits, block by block. We are going to do the cipher. Again, now understanding the terminologies, let us look at the types of encryption. So encryption basically can be divided into two types, the symmetric and asymmetric. In symmetric, we can see the key used is the same key both for encryption as well as decryption with the single key, secret key we call it as KS. Asymmetric, there will be two keys. One is the public key KUA and the other is the private key KRA. So if in encryption, if KUA is used, then in decryption, its pair KRA is used. Similarly, if in encryption KRA is used, then in decryption, its pair KUA will be used. We should also know what is hash. Hashing is used to index and retrieve items in a database because it is faster to find the item using the shorter hashed key than to find it using the original value. It's something like we give a nickname for somebody who has a long name. So that nickname represents the longer name. Hashing is used only to verify data. The same input will always produce the same output. It's impossible to reverse it back to the original data. This is the block diagrammatic representation of the types of encryption. We can see these are the different algorithms that are there. DES, triple DES, AES, RC5, which are going to be the symmetric keys. So here you can see that there is encryption key and there is a decryption key. Both the keys are same, both at the sender side and the receiver side, and hence it is a symmetric type. Asymmetric, some of the known algorithms are RSA, elliptic, curve. Here you can see that at the encryption type, we can have one type of key. At the decryption, we have got its pair, that is the public key, which is green color, and private key is this. So this is how we can have asymmetric keys, two different keys, public key and private key. And this is the hash. These are the two popular algorithms. There are many now, MD5 and SHA1. Here it is this, whatever word is there at the input of this, it will come out as an unknown kind of a word. So friends, with this we would like to end the prerequisite 2, which basically discussed on the network cybersecurity aspects, the terminologies used, and also what is the basics of encryption and types of encryption. Thank you, friends. This is a YouTube channel wherein you can see how the types of encryption has been. It's a good YouTube channel. You can go. So friends, we have been looking into these prerequisites in network security, where we looked into information security, cyber security, and all the terminologies that we have been using in network security and the encryption. And we also saw a brief on types of encryption. Let us now look into the SSL and a history on what is SSL. Secure Socket Layer, that is SSL. It is widely used security services in transport layer security, that is TLS. This is now used instead of SSL, but it is an outcome of SSL, and it's an internet standard that is being used. SSL originally developed by Netscape, the version 3, and is designed with public input which standardized to later TLS version 1.2, and this is defined in RFC 5246. This is the standard, and it uses the TCP to provide a reliable end-to-end service. SSL has two layers of protocols, and we'll be looking into this SSL and TLS, what are the layers, etc. in our forthcoming lecture. I thank you friends for listening to this video patiently. Hope you have understood the basics of network and cybersecurity and encryption, and this will give you the complete prerequisite for our 8th semester subject network and cybersecurity. Thank you for your patient listening.